floor apartment. She staggered into the police station. Step in just a little bit more. She staggered into the police station, reported she'd been enticed upstairs by two brothers who tied her to a chair, rolled back the sleeve on her arm, took sharpened instruments, not unlike my fingernails, which they literally plunged into her wrist. Is that going in or not?
Yes, it's going in.
Nothing in my hand, right?
Right.
There it goes. Got it. They not only punctured the flesh, they would literally rip the flesh open, draining a quantity of blood into a cup, which they then drank right before her eyes. Psych. They would bandage the wound in between feedings so that she wouldn't bleed to death over the day. You know they always disappeared during the day? We can only assume they were going to work. Let's hope these weren't the guys offering you a Bloody Mary in one of our local taverns. They would unbandage the wound each day. Break away any blood clots that have formed, because blood clots get caught in the teeth, they give you away in a heartbeat. Especially those chewy ones get caught wearing them back right there. Nice to chew on, like a gummy bear, you know, but 4 nights in a row they did this. 4 times they drained her blood. And one more time I'll get it all the way in the arm. There, you can clearly see that's in there. Well, 4 nights they did this. The 4th night they left her left arm untied for one reason or another. Nobody knows why. I like to assume that, oh shoot, I forgot to wipe up. Oh, what the hell? Oh, I gotta cut down on my salt. A little bit of cholesterol in there too, but fat-free blood tastes like crap. Fat-free anything tastes like crap. But 4 nights they did this, 4 times. She escaped the 4th night. The police came back to search the building, only to find the brothers were gone, but there were more victims in another room. Another room next to where the little girl had been held, 4 more people tied to chairs. 2 adults, a man and a woman, a 14-year-old boy, and a dead 9-year-old girl drained of the life within her. The other 3 survivors reported the same thing. Said these men came in every night and cut their wrist or elbow, where they drained blood into a cup and drank it. In the corner of that room was a stack of 17 dead bodies stacked up like cordwood and covered with a tarp. None of the 17 dead more than 2 weeks. Just the midnight snacks of the previous 2 weeks. The police removed the dead bodies, took the injured off to the hospital. My hand's going numb, I got that too tight. Took the injured off to the hospital. When the brothers returned, they were arrested. Indicted for 18 murders and 4 assaults, they were tried, convicted, ultimately executed in the electric chair at Angola State Prison. A doctor in the execution room confirmed the death of each brother with a stethoscope over the heart. Failing to find a heartbeat, he declared them dead. They were taken away and entombed out of St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 in the typical Creole above-ground fashion. That brings me to the end of an interesting serial killer story, if that's all there was to it. It's not. Since their funeral, those 2 brothers have been seen in that apartment multiple police-documented occasions. Now, see, people come home from a night on the town. They find 2 men walking around in that apartment. 18 of the 22 times the description matched the brothers. Not only did it match, the mugshots of the Carter brothers were selected out of a photo array. Now, they're dead. Is it ghosts haunting the building? That's what the police assume. You're seeing ghosts because these men are dead. A ghost story can't explain it. These men have physical substance about them. They're solid. They look just as real as me and you. Okay, just as real as you. We can also tell you that the tomb of the Carter brothers out at St. Louis 1 found empty a year after their funeral. Now, nobody expected to find bodies in the coffins. There's never bodies in the above-ground coffins. But there's always dust and bone fragments, right? The body's reduced to dust and bone fragments. How is it that there's nothing inside these coffins? Well, I can tell you the story of the 2 survivors. Well, there were multiple survivors, but one important. The way you become a vampire in fiction is different than it is in legend. In Anne Rice fiction, you become a vampire by the vampire slicing his or her wrist, feeding Oh shoot, I'm still leaking, look. I shouldn't have loosened it. No, trying to push it back in to impress you. Here, get pictures, I'm leaking again. The way you become a vampire in legend is different than it is in... Oh, you're laughing at me. Now, look at me. Trying to impress you people. Now, I'm bleeding to death. You guys are funny. The way you become a vampire in legend is different than it is in fiction. You become a vampire by surviving. If a vampire drinks your blood and you die, you're just dead. Comforting, right? But if it drinks her blood 3 times and she doesn't die, she has a chance of turning. They say 5 times you don't die, you have a probability of turning, but after the 7th feeding, you are doomed to become a vampire yourself. The adult male survivor of that attack, Philippe Troupont, survived 9 feedings. The 7 guarantees it. What do you call the 9th time? Bonus plan? Extra credit? Yeah. Uber vamp? Vampire with benefits, a union man. A drummer! No. No, you become a vampire for sure after 7 times. It's got to be for Philippe, right? Philippe Troupont survived 9 feedings. He did, in fact, go on to become the most prolific serial killer our city has ever seen. Between the years of 1934 and 1949, he murdered 33 people, killed them and drank their blood, but disposed of the bodies by dissolving them in tubs of sulfuric acid. He left the bodies in the acid till it would turn into a thick foaming sludge that would undulate across the top, foaming pink, white, and delicious red. After 9 days, he ladled the sludge up into a barrel and dumped it in the river. Is that any wonder the river's the way it is today? I'm not trying to tell you he became a vampire, but I haven't told you tonight that ghosts or vampires exist, but you heard the facts of our city. It is a fact that 37 people were butchered in that first building in a single night. No one heard a scream. It is a fact a young man left his checkers hanging up the street, and that's never good. It is a fact something happened at our convent medical science can't duplicate. It is a fact infant skeletons were found beneath the wall. It is a fact the Carters drank the blood of their victims. One of their victims went on to drink blood himself. And none of you can deny that Tom Cruise is about that big right there, ain't he? You can't deny that. You can't deny that. Now, I think a summary of this tour is in order. A quote. Let's go with a quote from a 90s vampire TV show. I'll tell you what, I'll even loosen my bandage again and pump my hand, get a little bit more to flow. The quote from the 90s vampire TV show goes like this: "What a wonderful thing humanity is." There it goes. "Intelligent, inquisitive, and generous. Noble of spirit, full of hope and joy. But above all else, humanity is delicious." This concludes Vampire Street Theater for the evening. Now, if you enjoyed it, I need a favor. More important than any gratuity you can offer, what I need is your recommendation. Go online to review